This is Duncan's Love Sci-Fi 360, and I'm here to talk about this past weekend at the Comic-Con. This video is all about DC's presentation, DC Comics presentation at the Comic-Con for their upcoming future projects for movies. And I'm really excited. This is a dream come true that the next Superman film, I don't know if you can see the S. There you can see the S. Will also involve Batman. There will be a new, fresh take on Batman. And then after that, there's going to be a Flash movie with an unconfirmed script and no director. But I've already got a casting choice for Flash. And my casting choice, only person I can think of, is Chris Pine. He has the wit, he has the charm, he has the humor that Wally West or Barry Allen does have. And he can emotionally force himself into that role too. And I couldn't think of a better person to play the Scarlet Speedster than Chris Pine. Now for a villain, if I were to choose for a villain, I would choose the Reverse Flash or Captain Cold to start out with as an origin story. Reverse Flash because he is the exact opposite of Flash, and Captain Cold because he's one of the Flash's very first big enemies. The Flash has a decent, if not okay, rogues gallery, so they can make up a few films about that, but really glad that they're going on the Flash film. But one thing that's missing, one thing that's truly missing from this centerpiece, that should be before a Justice League movie, a Wonder Woman film. Think of all the years we wanted a Wonder Woman film. All the feminists, women geeks out there, I am with you. We need a Wonder Woman film before a Justice League movie. And I have the perfect director to get attached to it, and I have the perfect actress to get attached to it. Let's start with director. Alan Taylor. He would be a fantastic choice. He's done a few episodes of Game of Thrones. He's that very fantastical, realistic, and gritty, dark, violent type of fantasy director. And I feel that he could bring the world of the Amazonians to a world that exists in the Man of Steel universe, or the Man of Steel DC universe. And I feel that we could bring what his vision would be of Wonder Woman to that type of universe. And the actress that needs to land this role that is perfect for a Wonder Woman film, Jamie Alexander, because she has the acting chops. She is Lady Sif in 4. Picture Lady Sif in a Wonder Woman costume. Basically, you've got Wonder Woman. Yeah. But picture her as more of a political motivator for women. And you've got a very good Wonder Woman film. Now, as long as, and I say this for all the women out there that love and adore Wonder Woman graphic novels, comic books, and stuff, even though she hasn't written a couple of Wonder Woman books, and she's done a lot of Batgirl, I would get Gail Simone on that. I would give the script to her and tell her to write it. Tell her what she thinks should be in the story. And I would also get some creative consultant from Chris Nolan, Emma Thomas, and producer Deborah Snyder. Maybe I would get Deborah Snyder to co-write it with her, because that would be just fantastic, because it would be like a top-tier women writing team. And we really do need more women script writers out there. All the men and I'm a man, so yeah, I gotta take it with these on the men producing, men script writing and stuff. But a lot of women out there are starting to produce their own movies. And they're starting to move forward with writing their own scripts. And it's always happened, but yeah. I feel as if we need a woman writer for this Wonder Woman movie. If there is going to be a Wonder Woman movie, then there needs to be two co-writers that are both of the same sex, which is what should be a woman. And I'm not trying to piss off any guys or guys that, I don't know, like, I'm not trying to piss you off here, because Wonder Woman is a woman's character, but she is loved by guys too. And I think a lot of women see, and me generally see her more as a political activist too for women. And yeah, and her fantastical traits and her story and her heritage and where she comes from, how she becomes a god, and all the illegal immigrant stuff that was done in Man of Steel, that should be put into that should be put into that type of story for Wonder Woman as well. That would be a fantastic move. And I'd also like to see Wonder Woman meet Superman in a post-credit scene. Not necessarily having a relationship at first, but maybe having a debate about who should be the leader of the Justice League, and then have it roll into a Justice League film from there. That's what my thoughts are on the potential for a Wonder Woman movie, because we've had canceled scripts, failed pilots, and whatnot. And the Wonder Woman movie's been going through limbo. And Joss Whedon was once attached to direct and write a script for that, along with Joel Silver as executive producer. Get Nolan on board, get Gail Simone to write the script, even if she's a comic book writer. Get her to make a good story with Deborah Snyder, or another female, because it has to be a female that knows comics and knows a good fantasy story, to write the script, and a good fantastical director to provide the visionary effects of the movie, and that has had that type of visionary effect on several films and TV shows like Game of Thrones. Talking about Alan Taylor, he's doing the next Thor movie, and yeah, I just think he'd be the perfect choice. Again, I say Justice League needs to wait until 2018. Wonder Woman can come out in 2017. That's my thoughts, and I'm pretty disappointed that they didn't announce a Wonder Woman movie. I was like, God, like, yes, I need Batman and Superman teaming up in a Flash movie, but where the hell is the Wonder Woman movie? Like, come on. There's good stories that can be adapted and inspired. That's probably the first question I would have asked Zack Snyder, is like, where is a Wonder Woman movie? You need to get women scriptwriters on for this film. And our perfect casting choice, Jamie Alexander, and once again, Alan Taylor. Enough is enough about that. Let's move on to the Man of Steel 2, which will feature Batman. My top 3 casting choices for Batman that can play the role perfectly. Number 1, Michael Fassbender. Charming, intelligent, and very intimidating too, because he can play that side because he's played that side obviously with Magneto as the villain and as the hero / being turned into villain in X-Men First Class. Number 2 would be Karl Urban. He has the voice of fucking Dredd, Judge Dredd, and he's Éomer in Lord of the Rings, and he's Vaco in Chronicles of Riddick. Put Vaco and Dredd together and mash it up with a little bit of Bruce Wayne and Batman. You got a good actor there, man. A very good presence. A very good, as long as it's a good story, yes. But Karl Urban as Batman would just be as fantastic as Michael Fassbender as Batman. And third and final choice, Andrew Lincoln as Batman. Because Andrew Lincoln plays such a complicated and psychologically unstable type of character that is kind of what Bruce is, but a little more violent. Rick Grimes on The Walking Dead. And if you put him as Batman, I know he would be a little too old for the role. He's about 45 or so, but he could pull it off still pretty good. Yeah, he could be able to pull off that type of psychological intrigue that Batman has, that intellect, that psychological mental unstableness, the type of dark and gritty world that Batman lives in would fit into Rick Grimes, would fit into Andrew Lincoln's type of roles that he wants to play, because he plays that role basically on Walking Dead. He's a leader of a group. He kills when it's necessary to kill. He's killed Shane, and they had a standoff together and whatnot. I would think he'd be another perfect choice. Please, God, don't cast Armie Hammer. He's been in one film since The Social Network, and that was The Lone Ranger. And that's a huge gap between those two movies and the failed Justice League that he was supposed to be in. He is nothing like Batman. He is the exact opposite. He is what George Clooney is to the Batman and Robin universe. He would be an atrocious Batman. He would be like the Apocalypse. He would be that bad. He would be that bad, honestly. He would have to be recasted, if he was, in my own opinion. He's just terrible. Don't go with the actors like those. He looks nothing like him, and he acts nothing like Batman. It's just a terrible, stupid rumor that's just going around, and it needs to stop. Also, to the people who want Bale back, quit. Just quit it. He's done. His own universe, his own Batman exists in a separate universe. Just quit. Just quit while you're at it. Quit ahead. Don't expect Bale to be in this. He said numerous times that he's not going to be in it, and therefore, a new fresh take on Batman is happening in Man of Steel, too. And, yeah, so those are my 3 top choices. My thoughts on the Wonder Woman movie that should happen before Justice League, and my thoughts on the Flash movie. Who knows? They get Chris Pine to do it, very good. If they get someone as shitty as Armie Hammer, no, I'm not up for it at all. But, yeah. Anyways, that's my thoughts on what DC is planning to do. In the next video, I will talk about what Marvel's planning to do. Subscribe to my channel, Duncan Loves Sci-Fi 360, with the subscribe button down here. And I will talk to you in my next video.